Coach, thoughts on the game?
I thought we came out, and you walk into that arena again, and I can't say it enough. This community and the fans, just because we lost the game, I'm not going to acknowledge the fact that we have people tailgating again. We had 45 people drive down from Chicago. We have we have almost the whole, I feel like the whole of St. Boniface was here from a local school. There were so many people here that deserve a thank you. And you want to thank them by winning. You want to thank them by your performance. But if you don't do that, you still have to thank them. You still got to let them know how much they mean to this program, how much they mean to each one of us. And it was really cool to see that today. Then we get into the game. Unfortunately, we didn't start off well again. We got off to a little bit of a slow start, took a lead or tied it, and they went up 9-7 in the first media. I thought we started off the game with the first 50-50 ball, which was nice. Didn't see the ball go in enough. I think we were 2 for 11 in the first half threes. I think they were shooting around 55% at one point. Second half, they shot 66%. You can't win a game against a well-coached team when they're shooting 66%. We cut the game down, I think, several times to 4, and then gave up a 3 right after we made one. And, just got to evaluate our team a little bit differently in those moments. You always got to start with yourself. They established an inside game. Thought Ellington did a heck of a job with his physicality. And then unfortunately we were kind of playing from behind most of the game. So that was ultimately the game.
Coach, you're down 7 points at half. What was the message to the team in the locker room?
Well, I think it ended up being 4. It's all right. No, I think it ended up being 4. But I think it was, essentially come out of half, get a stop, and then, because it was their ball coming out of half, and then it's a 0-0 game within, a possession or 2. We didn't like the thing I really like about our team is they understand when we're not doing what we're capable of doing. I don't need to necessarily go in there and hoot and holler at a high level, although I do or can. Maybe it just makes me feel good sometimes. But I thought at halftime it was a matter-of-fact approach of hey, we are better than what we need to do, that we're performing right now. Here's what's open. Here's where we're having effectiveness offensively and defensively, and we got to make those changes. And I think that we did in a little bit of a stretch, but we just didn't sustain it and maintain it, coming out of halftime. And then, it was about the 10-minute mark. I feel like it was kind of the turning point of the game where we needed to really kind of go from 4 to 2. And we might have done it once, or we needed to tie it. And it was about the 10-minute mark, and then we kind of lost it on a couple threes, and then we were playing catch up the last 10 minutes.
You kind of just felt like Eastern Illinois, whenever we would have a good big ball possession on offense, they would just kind of turn things around and move quick on the offensive end.
They did. They got out in transition. We got a bucket, I think cut it to 5, and then they went and got an and 1 before we turned around. They hit a transition 3 that, from one of their good shooters. He misses that shot. We get the rebound. It's a different game, but he made the shot. And when you're having a team feel comfortable offensively, those are the shots that kind of go in, and then you start pressing offensively as well. I know that we did score 42 points in the second half. Unfortunately, we gave up 49, so that's where obviously it hurt us.
Another positive note, you guys scored 21 points off second chance opportunities. I think there were 4 guys who had at least 2 or more on the offensive end.
Yeah, that's kind of been our calling card throughout the year, making those extra effort, getting to the free throw line. We need to make that second, third effort play. I thought when we turned it a little bit, it was with a few of those. But we're shooting 5 for 26 from the 3, and they're 7 for 13. We're not at 26. We shouldn't be shooting 26 threes when you're. Now I understand at the end we kind of shot a few because we were trying to get back back into it. But our efficiency and our frustration, I think, carried over a little bit to our shooting, and it gave us opportunities to go get that second chance points.
I don't really know, it was Alumni Day. Did you have the opportunity to catch up with some of the older alumni?
You know, I went out there and excuse me, out to there was a meal prior, so I talked to some people, and came across a variety of people that were, they're excited too, and I know right now they're probably not, but this institution and university, this department is a special place, and when you have, I think there was 400 people coming back for Alumni Day. I know there's a variety of former players coming back as well. It's a special place. I mean, this place it means a lot to me and my family. It means a lot to the team that we have out there right now, and I think it's evident that it probably means a lot to those 400 people that came back, and wanted to, I was just talking to someone upstairs whose dad was here in the 70s. His dad passed away, but he was here. So those kind of things, to me, on a day like today, like that's the big picture. You have to honor and respect, because we're not here without the people prior to us. And you wish you would have had a better performance for them. There's no doubt about that. I'll never act like we don't want to perform well for the people that have kind of, put forward a path that we could follow.
And the outlook for next week, I think a 4-day road trip for you guys. You guys are heading to UT Martin and Tennessee State. What's the outlook for this week?
It's going to be tough. I mean, we're going into UT Martin. We obviously had a lot of success against them last Thursday. I think we jumped on them early. There's no doubt they're going to have you don't necessarily need motivation this time of year if you're in the hunt, if you're a team that, wins and competes. But they obviously have a lot, they're having success this year. Our coach is a great coach. They're going to be prepared to have a better performance against us, because I'm sure they feel like they didn't have the right kind of performance last week. So we're going to go in there and take a punch, and then go into Tennessee State. I know they're playing better, or they're playing solid. They had a nice win the other day, and that's a long trip. You're on the road for 4 or 5 days. You're doing classes and study halls and all that kind of stuff, but it's part of what we have to do. And then we come home for a couple more. But we'll lock into UT Martin starting tonight.
Appreciate it, Coach.
I appreciate you. Thanks.